Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to have a quick look at the new Srixon ZX7 Mk II irons. So we've got our fitting head here, ready to hit some shots today. We've got the old fitting head here, the original Mark I. I mean, there's little subtle differences in design, I suppose. They're saying there's this, this is the new pure frame. A little bit more mass in behind the ball. But generally speaking, we've still got that VT sole. Looks really, really similar. And, to be fair, the Srixon ZX7 iron is one of, if not the best irons I've ever hit. So, how do you make huge improvements to something that's already really, really good? In my experience, the original was very, very hot off the face, quite low spinning, easily, just a long iron that felt amazing. Now, I'm embarrassed to say this, but they have mentioned that there's more grooves in the 8, 9 and pitching wedge. And so I've got out a set and I went, well, here's the 6 iron, right? Here's a 6 iron Mark II, and I count the grooves, and there's 13 grooves, right? There's 13. Slow it down if you want and count them yourself, but there's 13, right? And then I grab like the 9 iron, and there's more grooves. There's 16. And I went, wow, that's pretty cool. 8, 9 wedge, 3 more grooves, apparently for a bit more spin. What a great initiative. And I thought, I wonder about the Mark I iron, the original. And so I've been playing these things for 2 years. Got out my 6 iron. It's a bit messy, but lo and behold, there's 13 grooves. And I got out my 9 iron, and there's 16 grooves. So I had no idea that was the case. Maybe I don't play enough golf. I never even noticed that there was extra grooves in the short irons. So there is definitely extra grooves in the 8, 9 wedge, but I'm going to go and test them and see if there is any difference. I mean, like I said, how to improve on something that's really, really good. So we'll go and hit some shots. Okay, I got the original ZX7. This is kind of my gamer setup, really. The length in mine's a little bit different. Swing weight's quite different, grip's different, but there's a lot of familiarities, if it's such a thing. Pro V1 X today. I mean, it's a beautiful iron. I mean, I don't really have any complaints about it. Hence why I haven't been any rush to change my irons. I'll change them eventually just because they are getting a little old and I don't like to keep things for too long, I suppose. But this is a pretty, it's a very comfortable setup for me. Feels good, goes good. Just gonna hit half a dozen and just see if, I've hit those 3 pretty well. Little leftish, little overdrawn. Yeah, I've overdrawn that a little too. It's always risky when you hit one before the other, I suppose. A little bit more down, huh? It's more to the right. It's good. Prefer that sort of shot, but this, it feels really good. Hit one more. It's a little close to the heel. Turn it over a little. Again, so, that's a fairly accurate indication of how I'd hit a golf ball. Probably missed a little bit to the left, but we'll just swap out this head. I mean, they're both swing weighting at D2, so they're the same weight. at this point in time, which again is not quite, I suppose, familiar for me. Mark II, I'll go with red. I'll see if I can notice anything, see if anything shows up in numbers. Looks very, very similar. I mean, top line, shape. Probably felt a little firmer, but that can get down a strike. It's a little bit low there, you see. Yep. Not feeling anything massively different. That's for sure. Felt really great. I mean, it feels, to me it doesn't feel any different, but are numbers going to be different? You know, are the numbers going to be different? I think maybe they are. I've got a little sneaking suspicion we're going to get a little different number here. Hit that good, but that's a little overdraw. But I can see that they're, I don't know, maybe we'll see when the digits come up. Are they higher spinning? Do they spin more? Felt pure. Oh, did I hole it? Oh, close. Close. Close, close, close. Getting the ball in the wrong spot here for the quad. I do apologise about that. Let's try it out. That's a miss hit. That's a delete. That's a user error there. That's got nothing to do with the golf club. It's going to happen at some point, right? So I'll try and hit better. I do apologise for that. That was hit beautifully. I mean, it feels great. It looks like the flight's a little different. To be fair, it does look a little different. It wasn't hit bad. Oh, straight again. Well, if I hit enough, I can hole one. No chance. Maybe if you hit enough. Okay, let's hit one more. Felt mint. So minty. All right. Let's run some digits. All right, so let's have a look at the club data. They'll both hit, similar spots, I suppose. I mean, that indicates I hit the ZX7 a little lower, but pretty similar. Higher club head speed, but lower efficiency on the Mark II. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's look at the ball data. And this is what I had suspected and heard whispers of, that you would get a slightly higher launch. It's the same loft, they're both 32 degrees, and a little bit more spin. Now the Mark II, the original, is quite a low spinning head. I really like it for that fact. Right, so this was almost 5.7 against 5.4. So we got 300 RPM more, which resulted in 3 meters less. I did hit it a bit straighter, to be fair. And maybe that's why, maybe I overhooked the other one and that caused the launch angle to be down. And that could result in that slight difference in ball speed. But you know, is hitting 6 shots with each, is that enough? Like, is that enough data to say, yeah, this is going to launch higher and spin more? If we look at the table and try and have a look at dissecting it, you know, I think it definitely goes higher. I mean, the original one is 30 meters peak height here. This is 31 meters, right? And when I have a look at, you know, the descent angles, these are sort of in the 47s with a 48.4, they're high. And there's a 46 here, but these are 48s and 49s. So they're coming down steeper. If we look at high and low spin, low spin on the ZX7 was 5.2. High spins are 5.4s, right? Now, here the low spin was 5.4 and the high spins are 5.7. So again, with the launch, you know, 20s, 19s, 20s and 21s. So I don't know, like I figure I hit the ball half decent. I think I could comfortably say that the Mark II is maybe going to launch a little higher and spin a little bit more than the original. That's what I'm going with. Okay, so there you have it. There's the results. Slightly higher launching, slightly more spin. Now, for a lot of people, the original had too low a spin. So is this going to be great? Yeah, it's going to be great for a lot of people. Is it what I'm looking for? Maybe not. But I mean, if that was the case in time, if I did find it was launching a little high, I could just knock a degree off the head. I could just take it down to 31, and it would probably produce the same result. And like I said, you know, a few shots is not enough to write something off. But I certainly have found in the testings and the fittings, it's probably a little bit more, it's a little higher launching than last year's model, a little bit more spin, you know, not necessarily bad things, still pretty low at 5.7 for a 7.9. It's not like I'm spinning the pants off it at all, but I gave up a few meters. So there you have it, that's the first look. Beautiful looking iron, red hot. How do you improve on the, you know, on what's really great? You know, it's certainly different, So thanks everyone for watching. I hope you've had a great Christmas. Whether this comes out before or after Christmas, I don't know. New Year's break, and like I say, if you want to try them out, you want to book yourself in for a fitting for the new ZX7 or ZX5 for that matter. Get online, sydneygolftech.com.au and book yourself in. Thanks.